Oh yeah.
All right. All engines are go. Listen, you have to excuse me with the soft porn tonight, but I am in my west wing of my mansion. Tonight,
Mm.
I will be serving as producer for this Thursday night episode of Zay with his two estrogen buddies, Empress Bree and V, the president of the Kitty Cat Club, who has
You
served
already
many
know.
suspensions on the Black Super Friends podcast, just to be honest about it. So, the
Mm.
Scipio Scholar, check out her YouTube page. But she is the first, no, she's the second person to have a ban on the Black Super Friends until Super Mario lifted it. So we
Thank
just
you,
want
Super
to,
Mario.
since it's Women's History Month, let's talk about that stuff right there. All
Yeah.
right, tonight they have got me out, and the conversation before we started the show was interesting enough. But I
Mm.
think if it was, if we actually shared that conversation, somebody might get Rihanna tonight.
Yeah,
So
chill.
yeah, somebody
Chill.
somebody might be in some goddamn trouble, right?
Mm.
So
Facts.
Zay, this is your
Yes, my
show. How
brother.
you want to lead it? Because I got clips. We are live on Instagram right now. So thank y'all. Thank you, StreamYard, for blessing us on our extension. And we are on live, all of our usual outlets. So,
Right.
ladies, man, which direction you want to go to start the fight?
Oh man, I think let's jump right into it. I did bring on two level-headed friends of mine. Boy said my estrogen female friends, to give us some insight because I mean we were on social media world and we got a chance to hear some wild conversations, and I always try to peer into women's minds to understand what are y'all thinking and make it make sense to us as men, and then I'm gonna feed back with how us as guys think when we hear these said things. Now, there's a young lady that was online. I think both myself and V, Bree, I didn't really get a chance to chop it up with you, but we're gonna do so tonight. Where the young lady said that she didn't want to be an a-hole. I don't know, Horace. Do you have the clip so that we can run it? Oh, you are a professional.
Yeah, listen, I am also sleep deprived. Hey, I want to give a shout out to affiliates at 888 at the table for this clip, and we will surely share.
The for not giving my husband my escape money when I saw that we were financially struggling. I'm a 34-year-old female, have recently ran into a situation with my husband who's a 37-year-old male, and I'm curious about if I am the here or not. So me and my husband have been together for 8 years, married for 7. When I got married, my mother came to me privately and talked about setting aside money as a rainy day escape fund if worse came to worse. My husband has never showed any signs of being dangerous and rarely even gets upset, but the way my mother talked about it, it seemed like a no-brainer to have. When me and my husband, I really don't like that. When my husband and I got together, we agreed I would be a stay-at-home wife. We are both child free, so that was never a concern. My husband made a comfortable mid six-figure salary. All was good until about 2 years ago. He was injured at work in a near fatal accident.
Zay, I'm looking for you to start the fire because you know I know how to incite. Because
Listen,
despite that damn clip, we've been on shows where the women find a way to justify and defend such actions. But
right.
you know, it's
I,
your show.
I feel like this. The fact that she asked the question of if she was a hole says to me a whole lot. But I want you guys to, because I feel like Baloose, I know you are going to aid and abet, and I want to hear you tell me your dissertation on what this young lady just said. Now, the context clues that are missing is old girl saved up about 47K while her husband worked feverishly to make sure that she was a housewife and well taken care of. As she mentioned, he had a near fatal accident on the job while providing this lifestyle for her. I feel like from the clip that she gave that she didn't divulge that she had these savings. And I'm I'm 50-50 on it because I'm not saying tell him everything, but I do feel like he needs to know that you have his back because he's had yours. But I'm willing to listen to what you guys say first before I finish on what I got from what she was talking about. So V, I know you were telling me that you were triggered by this, and I do want you to give us your educated opinion on that. And you are a professional as well.
I know. I just unmuted. But
Okay.
either way, so as I told you, I'm 50-50 on it as well for several different reasons because like you said, there's not enough context clues to really know what's going on. But even though people don't want to talk about it in the black community and community period between women, because before men used to be more in control of financials, and if they decided it was time for you to go or they ran off and you didn't have anything saved, you were going to be messed up. So it makes sense that the mother came and told her that, or if she needed to escape or whatever, whatever, right? So then they mentioned that she was a stay-at-home mom, right?
Yeah.
Stay-at-home moms don't have retirement plans. They don't have a 401k. They don't have any of that. So I see her doing it that way too. Now the man got injured at work, and I guess that means that they were struggling some kind of way. So if that's the case, I could see her giving some of the money to help save them. But there's such thing as financial abuse and the financial abusers who use money to control the situation. And so if it was that case, I'd be like, he's not getting jack. Like if your husband is a gambler and is risky with the money, we've all seen why do fools fall in love. He was a glorified crackhead, and every time she got money, he would come and take it. So she was hiding money so that they wouldn't get kicked out of their place. So there's so many situations where it's okay and when it's not okay. But now that I know he got hurt at work and they're down on their luck, yeah, she could shoot him over a little something, something. She could keep them on their feet. I mean, yeah.
Now, I will say this. She didn't say that she did not. She
Mm-hmm.
just raised the question on if
Mm-hmm.
she was an a-hole. And I'm always a person that believes that if you think that something's awry, then you probably did something that wasn't trustworthy. And that was the number one deal breaker for me because some of the other context clues that played was that they have been together for 8 years. They've been married for 7 years. Um, he didn't present any of those dangers to her that her mother had forewarned her about after they had recently gotten well after they initially had got married. I'm sorry, and it was her mother's idea or tutelage who told her to put a uh, put a fund together just in case. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? So hats off to the mother for guiding her daughter because, as you said, housewives don't have a retirement. I just felt slighted as a man that he made it his mission to make sure that you were well taken care of. He
Mm-hmm.
had a near fatal accident working to make sure that you have the said life that you brag that he did do. He did, as a man, he did everything that he was supposed to do.
Mm-hmm.
So much too, when he did get hurt, she did pick up work because that was
Mm-hmm.
also in the clip. And she was saying that she had saved this money as soon as he got back in working order. He picked up two jobs and Ubered when he wasn't working both jobs so that he can put her back in the saddle of being a housewife. Now,
It's a good man,
the
Savannah. It's a good man.
100%. Now, the other thing to that is they don't have any kids.
Mm-hmm.
He's doing all this. So I think the commitment side that he's showing
Mm-hmm.
is that I'm here for you. I'm not going anywhere. So I felt like, yeah, that was dirty pool that she was playing by not. And again, I ain't saying you got to tell him the whole bag that you got, but you should at least let that man know that you have him the same way he's had you all those 7 years, well, 8 years that you've known him, the 7 years that you guys have been married. So I know Bree, I know you're novice to this, but I definitely want to hear another female's input because, hey, listen, everybody see things differently.
Mm-hmm.
So, I didn't watch the clip today because, as you know, I've been busy or whatever. But and I'm confused as to she said, "Am I a?" She's asking, "Is she a hole for
She
what?
feels guilty.
For hiding it
Yes, she feels
or
guilty
for saving it
for hiding it from her husband, as she should feel,
all the
if you
time?"
ask
Okay,
me.
so yeah, okay, then yes, yes. Just as you said, if you have to question it, you feeling it. But nonetheless, if you're hiding something, of course you should feel some type of way for hiding something because then you're not being trustworthy. Overall, as she said, as we said, you do these things for reasons. So I feel like if you have a reason and the reason is legitimate, there should be no reason that you have to hide it. You should be able to feel comfortable doing what you're doing because you have a reasoning behind your reason, right? So with that being said, I feel like she should have told him, just as you said, not to say everything that she had, but from the jump, like, I mean, let me not say she should have. In the time that it did happen where she now has to start helping out, that's when she should have said, hey, I've been saving this money, X, Y, and Z. You know, you've been get it's technically her money, right? He's giving it to her. So, hey, I've been saving this money. Like you said, I want you to know I'm gonna look out for you now because you've been helping me. It kind of technically is his money too. But just like you said, let him know that she's still there because overall, yeah, if he's going back out to make sure that he's still maintaining this lifestyle that he originally got her into, yeah, it's not that he's there to just feel like, oh, I was doing it, now I can't do it no more, I'm not going to do it. He's really trying. Mm-hmm. And as B said as well, though, behind the scenes, sometimes there are situations where, not to say men, but men feel like because they are taking care of you, they are in control of you. So as long as that was not in the picture, for everybody else, you know, clarifying, as long as it was not a control situation where he's like, I want you to, because if they don't have kids, why is she a stay-at-home wife? Like she doesn't have a child to be tending to. So,
yeah, just hold on to that because we have
like,
another
why,
piece.
Yeah, so why are you staying home? Nonetheless, regardless, if it's the situation where he just really wants her to be, I just want you to know I'm your man and I'm taking care of you, cool. And it's as long as he's not saying, I want to take care of you and I want you to know that with me taking care of you, it's going to be X, Y, and Z that has to be done. And it's going to be X, Y, and Z, like all the rules and regulations that come with it. Naturally do it if you want to do it. So she probably was hiding it because it may have been that. But if it was not that, then yes, you should feel like an asshole for hiding money when this man was legitimately trying to just make sure that you were safe, secure, and well taken care of. And even when it went downhill, he still came back and tried to make sure that he came back and gave you what he originally gave you.
What's up, Horace? Come on.
Listen, I want to go.
Saddles.
Yeah, I do want to go for a conviction on this one. Hey, listen, first thing is for rich or poor. The other one, something about death, isn't that vows thing?
The death do we part?
Yeah, I don't remember. But listen, so there's a lot of things to unpack here. One, as men and women, we ignore a lot of red flags that be connected to, you know, like our mother-in-law or father-in-law. Because that mother, we always had this comment about some people are born on love, some people are born on what? Survival. Now, I'm going to tell you where she could have looked like the hero, and this man would have been like, I got me a true winner.
Yeah.
If she would have came out and unbeknownst to him said, hey, babe, I just been putting a little money to side here and there for, you know, the possibility of something like this happening. You don't have no idea how that man would feel to say, damn, I've been doing it, man, unbeknownst to me. Like, man, chick didn't put something to the side because that's really a man's dream. Like, I got this, but if I fall, she's stepping in. She's stepping in because the reality is anything else is deceitful. I don't want no chick like that. If you're doing that and because you're about you, the love you have, you love you. There's no reciprocity. You love you, and you've been taught to be that way.
Yeah.
And I think that's one of the things that, you know, I had a problem with the scenario because she could have easily, you know, looked like the hero. This man would have got back on his feet and pushed another 20, 30 years still taking care of her. But the fact that you are living for you and there's no kids involved, yeah, Valu, you can shake your head. You know I got an indictment on this one because that man is taught to protect, provide all of that. And what is a woman? A helpmate. And you had your chance to help, but you helping yourself. So, I just needed to put that in Zay before Valu comes in here with her toxic ways and argues against what is real.
I'm gonna amen you, brother, because what
Thank
you
you.
said is true. From the standpoint, well, I'm gonna give you guys two scenarios of what I'm thinking about. What Horace said is damn true. That is a dream. Every guy wants to be able to say, I got this, but then
Mhm.
in those moments where you might not be so sure, but you still have the gumption to do so, for her to come through and be like, you know what, I got us. Two, that would put wind beneath his wings like nobody's business, and he'll run through a brick wall for her. And what she was fearing would probably 9 times out of 10 not even be something in question. That was one. The second thing is she doesn't understand the position of strength that she just demolished for herself to be able to say, hey, if that was a fear for her, she could have put it out there like, hey, listen, I got me, meaning I got us. You feel me? But if everything else went aside, I wouldn't have needed anything from you. Because what's the biggest problem that you have with guys with situations like that of what she was fearing, a relationship failing, that we have to take care of her, or now she gonna run our pockets through the ringer. If she would have let him know like, hey, I don't need nothing from you. But on the flip side, I got you, meaning I got us, because we're one. And that's the thing that I think she forgot first and foremost when she said I do, like my brother said. When you say I do, you become one. So what you got, I got. But it's usually what I got, you got, and what you got, you still got. And then that always gets swept under the rug, and it's smiled and the eyes are batted as if it's cute. It ain't cute. Us as guys don't like it. You feel me? We're not saying that we want a woman to take care of us, but we want to know that you got us the same way that we got you. So I feel like that was the reason why she felt like she may have been an asshole, because she realized that I really have a good dude and I've been keeping secrets, which is untrustworthy, as Bree had said. So now you got to question. Certain guys would question their whole entire marriage.
Mm-hmm.
The faulty move
Listen,
like that.
but when she come through with that bag and I ain't know she had it, unlimited oil changes. Boy, she going to sleep good every night. But she gonna get the best tune-ups in life. But I digress.
Hmm.
Where you
So
going next?
I want to touch bases on our good mentor and friend, because I think the conversation that he had with the young lady who thought that they were entitled to being a housewife. If you have that clip from he spoke from the grave, Mr. Kevin Samuels. I know y'all hate my dog, but he speaks truth. He speaks fairness. He speaks right, and he actually gives you some game too.
I need your money, sir. Okay, then what's he going to get for being rich? What's he going to get from you? What's he going to get for his money? That's fair, right? I think that's fair. What's he getting?
A housewife. I don't know the correct answer because I don't know.
Well, the thing is, ma'am, you're not a
Trying to-
housewife. You weren't raised to be a housewife.
No, I wasn't.
See, what your answer is, and you're being honest,
Yeah.
most women don't go through life thinking about these things because ultimately somebody will figure it out for me. And if that doesn't happen, I'll just find a man and he'll do it. So I need you black women to start walking through life like you need a black man.
You so anointed.
God bless his soul.
Yeah.
So I see the blank stares, young lady. Tell me how you felt about that. I mean, I think he should have got to the benediction part, because he was spitting at that point. He might have been spitting. It don't matter, but
What was
he was
his
Bree,
spitting.
question
let
to
let
her?
it go, Bree.
He was asking. So the young lady had made a remark that she needed to be a housewife, alluding to her husband needs to make a certain amount to make that dream come a reality for her. But as soon as she, made the request known, he asked her a few questions, which she quickly, as you saw, couldn't answer. Had no plan in place for even how to do anything that she actually requested. How do you feel about that? Do you think she's entitled to that? Do you think that every woman is entitled to that?
So she says she needs a man that makes enough so she could be a housewife. And
Hmm.
he asked her, what can you do to be a housewife?
Yeah. What do you do to deserve to be a housewife, really?
And she says she don't know.
Hmm.
So that's her. So
But I mean, you see how
it's
absurd
ridiculous.
that is? That's how most
Yeah, it
men
really is.
are
Like,
approached. Like I don't even know this chick, and he need to do this and he need to do that. I think the conversation we had the last time, oh, if a man doesn't make X, Y, Z, he shouldn't even date. But yet you can't even fill the order for what you're
Yeah, so
requesting.
like with that, like I said before with the other thing, if you have reasoning, for me, it's always about justification, reasoning, understanding. So if you have something and you are saying it, come with your details, your facts behind it. So if you have something that you want, you must have a reason why. And if you have that reason why, that should be like why you deserve it. And if you can't come with the reason why, then it don't make sense. So I don't want to say she don't deserve it because maybe she just couldn't think of something at the time. But then at that point, she's
Don't
not
deserve it.
really thinking. Yeah, she's not really thinking of herself as deserving because she could have simply just said, "I'm a great female and I'm deserving." And something like that sounds very basic and very simple and like, okay, what do you mean you're deserving? But you go on to then show yourself to prove your point. And saying that I'm deserving and I'm a good woman can go as far as I'm a good woman at home. Like, I'm going to make sure that you're taken care of. I'm going to make sure that you're good. I'm going to make sure that as you're making me a housewife, you don't have to worry about stress at home. You don't have, so those things can make her a good woman. And by her simply saying that statement, again, it sounds very nonchalant and very bland at first, but that could be something that makes her deserving of being a housewife. I'm not really for a housewife, so I'm not saying I wouldn't be, but it's just not really for me. It's something I want to go straight forward to, so I wouldn't say it, and I would have a hard time saying, like, I can't explain it because I wouldn't want it. Basically, that's
It's
not something I
funny.
could talk on.
A lot of the good women that I know, housewife thing isn't even a reality for them because there's so much of go getters that they would lose their mind. They would go bonkers inside of the house all day long. Especially if they didn't have kids, which the first young lady was talking about. But I thought that that was interesting to see that that would be the first thing they would throw out there, and you not have anything of substance to follow up with to back up why you even deserve that title or that job, for lack of better word.
I
Uh,
mean, most of them, and not to cut you off, but most of them just say it because it's something that is like, at the
Cliche.
end of the day, yeah, it's cliche, but for her, like she said, it's a dream that she had or whatever you guys said she said. But it's a fantasy, so it's something that you see fairy tales all the time, and it's something that you don't really know what that looks like. You don't know what it means. You don't know what it entails. You don't know what the requirements are. You just know that's something that sounds good, looks good, and you want it. So a lot of times when females say that, that is the case because they're not even necessarily thinking about the fact that they're going to be in, if they have kids, they're going to be in the house all day. If they are don't have kids, they're going to be kind of summoned to the house. Like, they don't really even know what it all comes with, they just say it. So I feel like in her case, she kind of, let's say she looks like one of those, but it kind of sounded like she was one of those where she was just saying it to say it. Because again, if this is something she's been dreaming of or something she's been wanting, she should have been able to say, because this is what I deserve. That's what, but she couldn't even do that. So it's just one of those things she just wanted to say out her mouth.
And the crazy part, you did say that. 'Cause I know you were saying a dream, but I'm glad that you cleaned it up and said a fantasy because that was not reality. Like you said, she just, there you go, Hardy. She just don't want to work. I love it. I was going there and I was going to say, because my good brother who just chimed in would always tell people, be intentional with your words. So if you're saying that, it's a reason why I need to be a housewife because I can help and aid our family in this way, shape, or form. But everything that she was talking about was for the benefit of herself, like my good brother Horace just said. So yeah, that was selfish, and I
I
wish he
would
would have
I
been able to
wanna
play the rest.
I want to comment on what Shelly said. Most men don't think there's any value in being a housewife, and that's a part of why I don't want to be a housewife, because I feel like, just like I said before, it comes with the whole, you're my housewife, so you're my slave,
Still my slave.
you're my nanny, you're my Jeffrey in the house. So I'm over you because I'm doing for you. I am the one that's doing this. If it wasn't for me, you wouldn't be able to. You can't survive without me. So that's a big truth there. Most people don't see the value in it. And really and truly, if there is kids involved, it's a job. So the
A
same
big one.
way, like and even when, again, just being a parent and not being a housewife or not being a house father or whatever, that being a parent is a job. So imagine being home. It's either you're going to be home with your kids or you have a nanny that's home with your kids. And think about it, if you have a nanny, that means that they're working, right? So
Yep.
I feel like, yeah, that value is not seen there. And that's why, as you said, it's not for everyone.
You about to
Zay,
chime in, Horse?
yeah, I was gonna give it. We got 8 minutes on that subject. I was gonna give it to V because her facial expressions and all that, and I just like coming in the end and just getting a closing argument and convicting. So please give me your dissertation before I can come back and just really win this case. Okay, V.
And yes, V has been
So
married.
you're gonna win the case. I mean, I'm still trying to figure out the part in the video when he says black women need to. When was this soft like? When did this happen? Because we've always worked. I'm confused at when this happened.
No. You have not always worked.
Yes.
Traditionally in black culture, we're not talking about Haitian.
Nope.
The grandmothers were at home.
No.
Yes, my grandmother.
They worked as domestic people.
They didn't really work.
Yeah, they worked. They worked. Whether they were
really
taking care of their house or somebody else's houses, they worked.
Life was a little more affordable. The man was working. Mom was the homemaker, keeper, whatever you want to say. So go ahead with this triggering thought process.
I'm trying to figure that out. 1, 2. Yes, I'm all about choice. So if you and your husband make some type of arrangement that you are a housewife or you're going to be a housewife, because like I said, many of the men that I work with, they take pride in the fact that they're able to give their wife that choice. So it's a choice. And once they give them that choice, most of the time, even if they're at the house, if you, like you said, if you're an ambitious person, you're creative, you're going to find some other way to make money at the house. That's just what's going to happen. If you're just plumb lazy, you're going to be at the house, be lazy. That's it. It's all about choice to me. So, and also, I totally agree with you, Bree. They do not put any value on it, even though it's at least 3 or 4 occupations all at the same time. They don't put any value in it at all. It's a nanny, it's a cook, it's a sex worker. It's all of those things when you're at the house. So they don't see the value in it. So if you don't see the value in it, I guess you might as well go ahead and go to work so you can put in on the pot, I guess.
All right, Xavier, just give me 2 seconds to say this to Valu. First of all, I'm not mad with any woman who pitches the "I want to be a housewife" in their introduction to their potential mate. It's just a sales game. If you sell that and you find somebody to buy it, I'm all happy for you, sister. So go forward. I think both sides really don't understand the dynamics of what is required or what is expected when both sides say that, because we personally know some women that are housewives who home like the furniture, but she ain't domesticated, and bruh is frustrated because like this motherfucker just home, but he said what he said, and she is holding that contract over his head like this is what we said. However, black culture, even some island culture dictates family values, because when you look at Spanish families and a lot of these other countries, the woman is raised Asian. You know what I mean? She's raised a little different. It just seemed like the sisters grew up like with mother saying, you don't need a man, don't trust no man, get you a job, girl, get you the bank account to the side, you know what I mean? And if he don't do how you want, leave and be gone. When you have white women, Spanish women who understand and are fed that they're more important than anything because they keep it all together. He works, but I keep the home together. I raise the kids. I keep my man together. So it's amazing how we be out here. Women take so much pride in, things that are oblivious to a black couple. So Valu, if this is hypothetical, you make 6 figures, you the strong woman. Most of y'all asses are strong by yourself. And I'm not saying that you don't deserve love, but your identity doesn't see value and coexisting with another person to make something dynamic and generational.
So let me speak on that because you were asking about why he said about the black man. One thing you know about Kevin Samuels is he's always for the black family on a whole.
Mhm.
Togetherness. This is the reason why he talks trash to, well, I ain't gonna say talk trash. He speaks real to black men about what they need to do, get their finances together, get their health together, make sure that they're fit, make sure that they're feeding their minds so that they can feed into their families. Um, what that young lady sounded like she wanted was easy street. What you two ladies explained is that it is hard work. I actually know someone who's a very good earner, but her husband, for lack of better words, wants to, because they're in a relationship, but they're not actually married. They're common law married, but her husband wants her as a home body, and it drives her nuts for the simple fact that she's there and she's restricting herself, but she understands what her purpose is inside of their home. She's the home manager, and that a lot of women make the request for the easy route, not realizing that it's actually more work than actually going to work just for the sake of looking like I got it like that. No, we need to be building up the black family, like Horace said, in other ethnicities. The woman understands how important she is to the family. As a matter of fact, it's a buy-in. It should be commitment on both sides, not just on the male side. I feel like I think in our culture, um, our black women don't buy into it as much as they want us to foot the bill. And when I'm saying foot the bill, I mean they want us to do everything and then some more before they're saying, "Okay, I'm with this." Instead of saying, "All right, let's do this together." And it's a few women that I know who get that concept and understand that is that Neo says that we're good, but we're forced when we're together, and we got to understand the force. And I think that's what he's trying to reiterate to the young lady. But I see the faces, so I think y'all have something that
Zay,
y'all wanted to add. Yeah,
I listen. My wife can stay at home, and we went down, but I want a woman. Say she not work, but you have to have some passion. If my wife, we came into this agreement that hey, she wants to go do a nonprofit teach. I just want if I'm sacrificing, I want to see something that you're pursuing that's making you happy because your happiness hopefully gets reciprocated within our relationship. But a lazy woman that just want to be home, nah. Just because you
yeah.
home keeping the hot tub, and you know what the hot tub is. Just because you keeping that warm, it ain't enough for me. But I will put on my back my woman's dreams. But you're just not gonna be home like the furniture.
Yeah, I
So
think
I'm
that you
playing.
should. I think that you should have some kind of sweat equity into the relationship at some point in time, and it shouldn't just be all receiving, like Horace said before, reciprocal. But that was my take on it. Did you have any more that you wanted to give on that, Bree?
I'm
No.
just gonna say, I'm just gonna say that you guys are putting women of other races on a pedestal that they don't belong on. It's a little bit of delusion. It's a little bit of delusion.
How you
I
gonna tell me
know
what
them.
the value?
I know them in real life, so I'm just gonna leave it there.
Let me
Thank you.
call HR.
Understood.
HR. Call HR tomorrow. Let me tell you
For
about
Baloo.
with Lou. Yeah, listen.
So
You can't tell people what the value. And for a established man, most men value those things that other communities sees as valuable. That's just my opinion of it.
I think more so, Baloo, that was more of a knee-jerk reaction. You felt the way when we were actually just trying to explain to you how it may be how it may be seen. But you asked the question as to why he highlighted black women making sure that black men were for lack I think he was talking about appreciated because I think he said, "Why don't you have a black man then?" Or making sure that that husband is taken care of. I think you tried to shift it on us to say that we're making other ethnicities more important. No, we're saying we need to focus on ours. And at what point do you say what part do I play in making sure that ours are good? And I'm
Yeah.
saying
Mhm. I think the
our
point was lost.
family.
Yeah.
You think it was lost?
Yeah. Because that's not what I was referring to.
Oh, okay.
I was referring to Horace. I mean,
Uh-huh.
Kevin said what he said.
Right.
I was referring to what Horry said when I made the comment about thinking that the other women are doing all these things that they're not doing. So that's what I was referring to. As for the Kevin Samuels thing, when I was saying that, I was saying in regards to the soft life. So whether or not they were working at home or they were working as domestic workers in other places or they were helping their husband in the field, they worked. So I don't see this soft life that I'm not saying there weren't any men that
Yeah.
had a lot of money that did have wives that got to stay home, but they did other things. Like I don't see this soft life that supposedly existed.
Oh,
That's
so
I'm
not
you
what.
talking
saying
about the soft life?
what I'm saying. Don't frown down on. It seems like our culture looks down. Man, you can go to other ethnicities who have so much pride in being a good mama, being the homemaker, all of those things, right? And it's celebrated. And she is very valued for generations because she's probably going to be very influential with the grandkids as well. I'm saying, however, you guys, whether it's trauma related, I got to establish myself school, college, job, career, home. Because let's agree, most women do
It's
get it.
black women strong, okay? Horace, just stop with it. Okay? It's a matter of black women are very strong, okay? They're very strong. And other ethnicities are very soft. And they're
Mm,
naturally soft because that's just them. As I said, Asian culture is one of the ones that and I don't say I'm not agreeing with V and I'm not saying I'm not agreeing with you because in your case, yeah, they are naturally more softer, but that's because they're more timid. Um, you know,
they're
again,
taught.
Asian culture, no, Asian culture is just naturally, first of all, you look in their face, that's something that's
Mhm.
considered disrespectful. So they are like, yes, 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 okay, 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 yes, 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 yes. Hispanic culture, they are just quiet because their husbands are probably like just shut up and cussing them out and don't pay them no attention and they just kind of stick to their sisters because like when I say sisters, like they're blood sisters, they're family related, they're just going to stay within their family. um Black women, they can be soft because naturally a female can be soft, but black women are very strong, they're very like dominant, and that's because of oppression in a way where black
Mm.
people were always like looked down on. So black women, just like how black men feel like I got to make sure I stand up for my brothers. I got to make sure I come out for the black people, this and that. Black women do that as well. So it's not that we don't have that softness in them. It's not that we're more traumatized than the others because those other cultures are very traumatized in their life as well. But I think the soft life that you're saying we don't have, we do have it. It's just not as easily seen. And I that's a question that I would love for us to talk about, where does that softness come from? Because as I said, we have that softness, but black women, yes, are more stronger where it comes off as we want to be masculine or where we don't know how to be soft. And where does that softness come from?
Well, I'm glad.
Environment.
I'm not a
Can I get
strong
one
black
more,
woman.
Zay?
I'm just gonna put that out there. I'm
Yep.
not a strong
Zay,
black woman. I want somebody. I'm soft over here. I'm
Zay,
just putting
I
that out
need
there.
Go right ahead, brother.
I need one
I'm
more
allowed to be
moment.
weak. Hmm.
So,
You've been
Bree
summoned.
says, oppression. To me, we saying the same thing. I use the word trauma, but it gives the woman the idea that she needs to be free from something. And the interesting part was you have been taught or led to believe, not you, but generationally, that the black man was your enemy, right? So then I want to get too deep with the white supremacy thing, but black families were intact, they were together. Then you had the women's right movement come in, then you had the social policies like welfare come in, and then we found different mechanisms to divide us. So I can understand why some women are hard. You know why? Because my grandma teaching her daughter, like, don't, she didn't been back in the days. Think about how many dudes. I know my uncles say their daddy just left. They don't know where he went. He left and went to Kansas City, so we'll start a new family. So mom, like, don't be no
Cigarettes and milk.
fool.
Cigarettes and milk.
Don't be no fool.
Mhm.
So we understand that. But what we're saying is, you know, I feel like y'all find ways to justify or say, hey, and it's just me thinking, oh, when a man is in his masculine, I be in my feminine. I shouldn't. You being feminine has nothing to do with my masculinity. I understand that you have to accept some roles that a man should take on, but to me, I think women have not recognized there's different things that have created this separation between us, and y'all think it's us, and that's why you got some trauma and some hardness, when you should be trusting us and building with us. But I'm always wrong on the show.
Not
That's my
really.
idea.
I don't think I think more simply put is, if I piggyback on what you were saying, Bree, it's the more so their reality. It's been black women's reality, that it's not as soft as the others. And I don't like to do the division thing. I think we had talked about that before. I just think we got to focus more so on how we can better ourselves. And when we better ourselves, I think that that's going to come with accepting certain roles. And then what Horace was talking about, I think, is that buy-in, where he was saying that women feel like a man has to do certain things before. I think that's true. It does. You have to take the wolf away from the door for women, right? And that's where you'll start to get the working parts of the help. But from what we were talking about originally, the young lady didn't have her plan together, but she was ready for the reward side, and only place that reward comes before work is in the dictionary. That's the best way I can kind of sum that up. Uh, Tell me if I'm right, tell me if I'm wrong, but that's what I saw inside of it. The last piece that I wanted to kind of joke around with you guys on was a young man. Horace wasn't able to get the video together for us, but this young brother was facing some serious time. He couldn't speak on it too tough
Mm.
because it was ongoing litigation. Nonetheless, he had, had a attorney. He was looking like he was going to have to take a plea. He was going to, take a ride on that big bus for a little while. His wife knew the judge, and we were trying to figure out. Well, sorry about that. She said she would, call him, see what she can do, this, that, the other. Long story short, she ended up sleeping with the judge. Guys, her husband time went away. We wanted to know if this young lady was a hero or an HO. In my book,
All heroes
she
don't
was
wear
a
capes, baby.
hero.
All
Yeah,
heroes don't
they
wear
lay
capes,
on their
baby.
back. Huh?
Or
No,
condoms.
listen, understood her purpose inside of their union, and she was looking out for her husband. She made sure that no trouble befell him. However, the gentleman did say he could not get that off of his mind, and that's the flip side, and that's the part that sucks, because now
She probably did that.
But he thinking about it at the house though. He sad about it at the house. He could be behind bars. He don't go sit his behind out.
But not to cut y'all, I might be chapstick Charlie on this. No pun intended. Mother be talking about they want their wife to be ride or die, and she's with the riding. Now he
yeah,
losing his mind. She
no,
rode the
now
hell
he
out.
dying.
He
He wrote.
died because she was riding. She rode that
I think she
thing.
was 100. I think
Yeah.
she came with her sweat equity, literally, and it worked out on his behalf. But it's so funny because I just wanted to get a take from you guys on how would you view that. Like, I would be thanking God and the heavens above that I am free, but I did have to sit back and I said, you know what? I would be remiss if I say that it wouldn't be a thought that crossed my mind. Now, would I be able to live with it? Now that I would have to probably actually be in that position. I might be all right if I knew that it was, for me. I mean, pimps do it, but man, that is a hard one. And some guys are tender, as we know. They would be flipping out. They rather do 100 years.
She ain't have to tell me. Listen, why tell me? I didn't need
Hey,
to
that's
know
real.
that. Ignorance is bliss. You know what I mean? Listen, you did the thing now. You know what I mean? If I get
Right.
arrested again, I might be like the dude that jumped across the court and went and strangled the judge because my mind see my old lady riding your stick. So listen, she did
Ooh,
what she was, what was in her power. So I ain't
What
tripping
you got
off
to
it.
say
I
about that,
just
Bree? You've been quiet.
don't
So,
disappear.
no, so yeah, I mean, she did what she had to do, and like you said, they be wanting you to ride or die, and then when you do something, it's like you damned if you do, you damned if you don't. So for him, if
Zero
he's
in
at
your
home
book.
thinking about it, like yeah, like B said, you at home thinking about it, and then if that's the case, if you mad about it, if you that mad, okay, go and because what can she do? Like it already happened. She helped him out. If he want to look at it as a negative thing, okay, then he's either gonna leave her or stay with her.
That'd be messed up though. I ain't gonna lie. You did all
For
that for
who?
you and you leave.
Yeah. Of course it would be, but then that would show like they would just be able to, I'm all about being truth up front. Like we ain't gonna sit here and play games. We ain't gonna sit here and waste time. So if you're gonna sit there in your feelings and tell me like, oh,
My
yeah,
brother.
I don't know how I'm feeling about it, and da 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 da
Even
da 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 da
Steven.
da. Like yeah, just say how you feel, and you either gonna get over it or sit in it, and then eventually something gonna come of it.
But that's the thing.
Listen,
Like a lot of people, so a lot of people sign up for these relationships. Oh, I want to be married. I want to be all these things. And when to death do us part, they ready to part real fast. You know what I'm saying? And in relationships, especially marriage, I've come to learn that you're gonna be in a lot of tested situations. But love should supersede all and prevail all. You know what I mean? And if that ain't love, she sacrificed her body. She sacrificed everything that most guys will walk away from a woman for to make sure that you can come home to her. So you really got to do some sitting down with yourself. But it's funny because I know some guys is gonna say, "Man, she a HO and I can't go back to her," but she gave it all up for you.
the
And I
Bible
might take some
say
hate mail on that one, but that's just how I felt when I saw that.
the Bible
Zero in
say
my book too.
your gift make room for you. And inside her
Mm,
box, it
mm.
had freedom. Then I must say that deliverance comes in the morning. But she
If
ain't have
he
to tell
fit,
me.
I was
if
gonna
he
say you
fit, you
gonna
must have
Zay,
quit.
would you slang some meat to get your wife out?
You better know it. You better know it.
And she gonna hear about it.
Discount? No,
And she
no, no,
gonna hear
no. You
about it.
can't. We gonna jump you. If you
Yeah.
open your mouth, we gonna jump you. Cause
Oh my
that
God.
no, 100%. But I'm with you though, Horace. If it fit, you must have quit or whatever OJ said. I don't, maybe that was Johnny Cochran. My bad.
Zay, I want
Yes,
to
sir.
before we get them off, man. I got something for these two here. So they did
That's gonna
all
be
of that
next. Hold
talking.
on, Shelly.
Mhm.
House husband's gonna be next. Cause I saw something on that man. Stedman is a stud. He need to run a class. You understand what I'm saying?
I
That
stand
raggedy
with
joker
Stedman.
that Cardi
Yeah.
B got. That ain't Cardi B. My bad. What's the other one with the fake booty? Nicki Minaj. He don't know how to shut his damn trap. ASAP Rocky. He's a astute student of Stedman. He
He's a lucky
understands
man,
what house husband. I do whatever need. I hold the kids while you perform. Yeah, oh yeah, 100%. I'm with all of that. But anyway, that's just me.
Hold
bruh.
on, does that have value? I don't mean to
Hell
interrupt, but does
yeah,
that have value?
yeah.
Does
If
it?
listen, let me tell you
Oh,
something.
okay.
If God blessed my mate to make all the money to make sure we straight, then I'm gonna do whatever it is that I need to do to make sure that she can be at her best. Oh yeah.
Nah, just give me a little money, baby. I'm gonna go over here and multiply it just like tax money.
I was
Give
I
like,
me a
mean,
you
we're
little
don't
gonna
bit of
do
find
that
that.
you
We're
money.
gonna
don't
do
critical,
that too.
you
But
don't
I'm
find
just
him
saying,
critical to you?
What?
don't hold her back. Don't hold her
Y'all,
back.
the housewife could have rubbed your back too.
Yeah, but she didn't say that though. See, I'm telling you exactly what I'm gonna do. Anything she
Just
need me to do. That nigga did this here. I don't know. No, I'm gonna do whatever you need me to do to make sure that you can be your best self. I'm gonna still do me something too, but I'm gonna make sure because I see that God really bestowed His blessing upon you that you go, girl.
Lights out every night.
Yeah. Oh, I'm gonna wear it out too. Cause boy,
Hey,
I can't have nobody else in my boy.
pound town. Fucking with my rounds.
You ain't
Pound
going out of
town.
town.
Boy,
But
she
that's just
going
me.
somewhere.
Yeah.
She going somewhere
She gonna be
nightly.
busy. Be on
What?
them. You know how you see them
What's
people
that?
have kids like every year?
Bombs over Baghdad. That's what she gonna see. She might have to wear a helmet to sleep. But listen, hey,
Yes,
let me tell
sir.
you about V. When she did all that talking about this, and that, I got a surprise for y'all. You know what's been cringing me lately is this damn new trend with the balloons and whatnot. So, but all of these people talking about what they looking for, half of these people don't deserve to have nothing at all. You know that they don't deserve nothing at all. For the reason each one I have seen, I ain't seen nobody say nothing substantial like you is habitually single, and then a dude walk in, you pop the balloon, and be like, most of y'all is living your one mattress on the floor. And some of the stuff they have said about these dudes is like, oh, the way he dressed, oh, his beard wasn't lined up. And I'm looking like, have we gotten to this point in life? This is a small clip.
Pop the balloon to reject the guy.
It do give like I spent an hour in the bathroom. He spent 2 hours in the bathroom. But I mean,
And how are you feeling, Haley? She your type?
Haley's very beautiful. As somebody that is very fashionable, I would agree and say maybe, you know, I probably could help you with your makeup at the end of the day.
Dead. But my point is, conversations. How real are people about really connecting with somebody? You can have somebody that you know first glance wouldn't look, but have a conversation, and that person might be amazing. I've seen women on there talking about, oh, he wasn't 6 feet. Oh, he wear what's the girl say? He wore some kind of pants. Like I'm listening to these people, and I'm like, bro, y'all
That's the problem.
Well, this is
you
horrible.
listening to them idiots, man. I'm not listening to them people.
It come
What
on your
show is
feed.
that?
It come. I don't even know, but everybody on it.
Can I see?
Who?
First of all, I watch
What you
these
trying to
things. I
see?
have a good time watching them.
Oh,
I enjoy them. First of all, there's one with the men there where it's not pop the balloon. It's 20 versus a rapper, right? And 20 versus a rapper, they be like bend over for $2, like, and the girl does it. They do all this other crazy stuff, and they pick based on the BBL, whatever movement she's doing, because they'll move the camera so she could get on her knees. Whatever they're doing, that's the girl version of this. It's funny as heck. And with the women, they tell them to do it on first look. And yes, some of the women took it too far. So I'm going to agree with you, Tootie. I'm going to agree with you. Yeah.
what?
Today is what? March 7th, 2024. I'm going to agree with you. They eliminated
52
people
minutes
for
and
different
39
reasons.
seconds. Mark that.
There you
Guess
go.
what happened? Guess
They
what happened?
eliminated people for
I
different
walk in
reasons.
there and they pop that balloon.
Pop the balloon,
Guess
Tootie. I'm
coming
popping.
to jam.
I'm popping. That balloon going, it's gone. I'm popping.
And I'm putting on my best routine ever. I'm riding out on every bitch in that line.
Well, that's what they do. That's what they do.
You really from Florida?
What?
Yeah.
Bree,
Yeah.
what's up with you and the balloon thing?
I don't even know about that. I've
Oh,
never
it's
seen
awesome. Go check it out.
that. I was like, what is this?
It's foolery.
Yeah, they have men
it's
and
funny
women.
now.
Yeah, they have men and women, and it's pop the balloon. It's you walk in, and there's you must have not seen the episode with the dudes talking to because you talking mess. There's when the dudes are the ones in charge. Some of the stuff they saying, they called the one lady. They said she looked like an auntie. They were talking about another lady. How she ain't have no ass. Come on, it's all over the place.
I don't take them serious though.
Yeah, but we've gone to crap. The dating scene has gone. It's the bars in heck. It's done. So
the next conversation we're gonna have is the one I think we started having, but we weren't prepared for the night. Yeah. That's gonna be the next one, and that's gonna be why these women will give a dude that don't have a pot to piss in nor a window to throw it out the box. Then the guys who are the homemakers or can provide a living for them,
they put in more effort.
What?
They get the 90-day treatment. You know, like the box not gonna be the same 90 days down the road as it would be on day one. But the dude that don't have nothing, you know what? I'll let y'all say that on the next go round. But we're gonna discuss that in detail and have everybody chime in. I hope that you guys enjoyed the hour that we spent with you talking about some things that plagued our mind. Chime in, hit the channel, give us your comments, and we'll be back with yes.
My son said more effort. No.
If
a rehab eater gave it to Rick and Joe and Smith, but then holler at me and be talking about let's go to the movies and out to eat. I'm
Mario
insulted.
understands.
I'm insulted.
My nephew was saying more effort with a question
They
mark,
got all
like,
day.
as in,
They got
are
all
you?
day.
Yeah, they do. They ain't got nothing else. I'm giving you all I got.
Yeah,
People
most of
just
them
want
got housing.
attention. Some people just want
I'm gonna
attention,
give
and
it
if you
to
get
you.
attention,
Well,
Just
we
telling
know
you.
some niggas that Hall of Fame ain't got nothing to their name, but goddamn it, if
Meat
they
slingers.
ain't putting that meat down,
are you genuine? Are you putting in the effort? Are you doing what you need to do? Are you making me feel loved and valued? That's the questions that you need to ask. And then
No,
you
he
could
clocking in to work.
and then you can go and give, yeah, if you clocking in to work. So when we have that conversation, you need to put in what is this person giving and what is this person giving. So it's not just about, oh, they broke, because we spoke about that last
Exactly,
time. You
Bree.
could
he
Yeah.
broke. He broke all right. He broke it off of Inna.
I was about to say, yeah, he didn't hit that
And
crazy
she like
pair.
it.
You
Stuck
know,
it
now she ready to finance it. See what I'm telling you? He on the road to
all
being
in.
set now.
But is he doing other things as well? So again, we have to make a
Head to.
list.
Yeah, head
Put that
to.
list together, because we're gonna comprise our list and we're gonna have a conversation. Hey, this has been the ladies' night with the ladies, man, on Thursday. I appreciate y'all for coming in for our hour of power. See us again.